while we're here, I'll explain what we're doing today. A simple interview, you know. Um, at the end, if there is anything to show, I guess Ping can show it off. I don't know if he has anything he wants to show.
Well, like, I was mainly thinking, if people had questions about, I'm sure there's one big project a lot of people want to know about. So if they
Yeah.
want to ask stuff about that, they can go ahead. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yep. Everyone can like ask questions whenever they want. Doesn't really matter. Um, but that's pretty much it. We're
BRB.
just gonna be doing a simple interview and
I'm sorry.
stuff. Oh, okay. I have to be okay.
Already
While I
one
wait for
person's
Martin to
gone.
get back. While I wait for Martin to get back, what can we do? I guess you could answer questions. Oh wait, what? How did I get here? Okay, you can answer questions about like what people if people have any questions. Oh yeah, and
Someone
if you
says,
guys
J-Corn, why are you so fat? What do you have to say to that?
didn't- why am I so fat? That's a good question. I think it's because I
You eat
like
a lot of
chocolate
food.
cake. Yeah, yep, exactly. Bitcoin new game leaked. Yep, new game leaked. Alright, so if you guys didn't know, Ping is basically like a model or a developer, I guess you can say, right?
Yeah, I'm curious to know it. I'm curious to see what you know about me, so you just go ahead, say it.
I checked your page a little bit and I saw this model, right? I was like, okay, he's a modeler, I know that. I scrolled down and said, oh wow, he's a beautiful 2D artist. Yeah.
I didn't actually draw that one. That one is beautiful there.
Oh no, you didn't draw this one. That's so sad.
That monitor
Okay, well,
is
yeah.
nice.
Pretty good stuff.
you.
And this render is actually not. I like this render. Did you make
Yeah,
it?
that I did, and you know what's funny?
Very nice.
The background is So you remember
PNG.
like that meme where it was like FNAF 1 Pizzeria IRL?
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember.
I
that.
edited that. Yeah.
Wow, that's very nice.
That was kind of a parody on when Luminance released Winter Wonderland, and obviously they had like that picture of I think it was Freddy's head in the snow.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to parody something like that when obviously that was when Thomas dropped. So
Very nice.
yeah, I wanted to have something funny there. It did well as well. I was really happy that people liked it. I just saw Tyler Alstrom's face in the chat.
Tyler Alstrom is here. Okay, that's very nice. I'm very honored to have him here today.
I wish he really was
also-
here. I haven't spoken to him in years, honestly.
I've never spoken to him. I wasn't relevant when Tyler Alstrom was.
Dude, me and him.
Yeah,
Oh
whatever.
wow, we go way back. Like he used to do live streams and stuff. And
Interesting.
I used to be like, me and him, we talk like every single day, man. And
Wow.
yeah, he used to always do these live streams, and I'd go on them, and I was way younger than him, so my voice was really squeaky. It's really funny.
Very nice.
Yeah, he's a
why
good
is
guy. I hope
everyone
he's doing
sending
well.
pictures of Tyler? Okay, very nice. We're still waiting for Martin. I don't know what he's doing,
Mhm.
but yeah,
There's a scary Walter in the chat.
it's quite scary. I honestly got really scared after I saw that.
Welcome,
If you guys
Lemon.
didn't know. Oh wow, I just realized Stogia, your mic is like 10 times better than before.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, if you guys didn't know, he's part of mainly the guys, but I think he does like some side work in Radiance, right?
Yeah, so essentially,
What you like to do, what you don't like to do, all that stuff.
well, I always, when I started in this whole community, it was at the dawn of it, really. So I think it was like 2014, obviously when the original FNAF dropped. Yeah, I was around really early in the community, and this is back when like all of the original fan games were coming out. So obviously TRTF was still under the alias Five Nights at Freddy's 3 fan game. I believe that's what it was called.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was making a game of my own. I don't even want to get too much into details about that, but it was really bad. I was using SketchUp for the rooms,
No.
Whoa.
and I was using ClickTeam. I think I was using Sparkman's template. You
Oh
know,
my God.
a little bit illegal there, but So yeah, when I got into this, I started off using 3ds Max, obviously, because that was like what Scott used and all that. Um, and it was clunky to say the least. And I was quite young, so I was getting accustomed to it. I was watching like tutorials on it. But then I was like, okay, I'm not really gonna learn this program if I watch tutorials all the time, you know. In order to like properly learn something, you kind of just have to experiment with it yourself.
Yeah.
And so I kind of concluded, I was like, maybe I should go more into like the modeling, like 3D modeling kind of thing, rather than programming at that time, because I didn't exactly know how to code very well at that time. Especially, I know it's not really code, but just like click team, and I was struggling with stuff like that. So I started modeling stuff, and this is around the time I was like getting into contact with like BFP, Kiddo, all of those like, classic people in the community.
Yeah.
I remember
And
Kilo.
yeah. And then so obviously BFP was making he was making TRTF 2. I think it was TRTF 2 when I was like first talking to him. And when he was making that, so I was talking to him a lot, obviously, like every day. And I was like, oh dude, I just want to be in the credits of this game, but I can't really do anything. And he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, I have a Mac. I can like port the game using Wine, and then you can add me as Mac support. So that's what he ended up doing. So I am in the credits to TRTF 2, TRTF 3, and TRTF 4, I believe, for Mac support, which is kind of funny because I don't even think those ports even worked. So yeah, that's kind of funny. But yeah, so I kind of changed from that. I'm a little bit of a slow learner when it comes to these things, like 3D art and things like that. So I did obviously switch to Blender because I was using a student license of 3ds Max, and I didn't exactly see using 3ds Max. I didn't think I could have not a future. Like I just couldn't use it as a hobby to make my stuff. And I'm good friends with JFun300, obviously the guy who made Fun to Thomas. And he was always pestering me, saying, "Oh, use Blender, use Blender, use Blender." So I finally caved. I was like, "Okay, fine, I'll use Blender." And I gotta say, Blender is significantly better than 3ds Max, in my opinion. And so yeah, these days I would consider myself more primarily I'm a 3D environment artist. That's probably what I'm best at. I do sometimes do character modeling, but it's definitely not my strength. I can sculpt characters kind of well, but I can't really get the topology right all the time when I want to actually model something. So I usually just will get other people to do that if that's what I want. But yeah, so at the moment I'm with Radiance, obviously, still. And I'm with Jacob and Ryan, so it's Scrublord Games and JFun in The Guys. And obviously we're making Fanat at the moment, which is like the big project we're working on. Obviously you guys probably all saw the trailer in the Bangers of Freddy's.
It was a beautiful trailer, I loved it.
I'm glad you liked it. But anyway, yes, what was I saying? I'm working with the guys at the moment on Fanat, and I am working on something of my own. Well, not really my own. I have other people. So at the moment, it's 3 directors working on it. I don't know if I will say just yet who I have working on it, but we're writing something, and it's pretty exciting so far. We're gonna get some concept art drawn up soon. It's gonna be pretty good, I think. We're gonna get like some good artists in on it. I'm gonna try stray away from the whole art thing. I'll leave it to people who are better than me at it. I'll kind of just like oversee story and things like that, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so I'm just working on Fanat and my own project at the moment. I still oversee, like I'm kind of just like looking over like what Radiance does. I kind of just like look at it. Andrew like says like, oh, we're doing this, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. And yes, pretty much just try not to get burned out at the moment, really.
Mm-hmm. All right. So to explain what Link's saying, he's saying that I called FNAF 2 trailer bad. I didn't say it was bad. I just said that it was a joke trailer, which doesn't make it like that. Well, the trailer was good. It was funny. I'll admit it. I liked the trailer, but I'm just saying like it wasn't. It was. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying is that needed gameplay and stuff. I mean, it did have like 5 seconds of gameplay, which is good.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, Ultronite approached me. He was like, this was a while before the event. He was like, do you guys want to have a trailer in the event? And I was just kind of thinking, I was like, I don't know, because I saw the first Fan Games at Freddy's, and obviously it has a really serious tone. Every trailer is like serious, So we kind of saw an opportunity. Me and Jacob, we saw an opportunity to kind of break that tension with a little bit of comedic intrinsity. Not intrinsity, what's the word here I'm looking for? Anyway, a little bit of comedy. So we spiced it up a little bit with the direct segment, and I got a lot of positive reactions from it, and I'm happy that people enjoyed it. So yeah, but we really didn't want the trailer to be taken serious. It's, after all, it's a FNAF game. How serious can you take it, really?
Exactly right.
But I mean, if you thought that Dehydrated was silly. Yeah.
I think you could.
I'll try.
Don't say like too much bad stuff. But I guess
I'll keep it tame.
Yeah. All right. So next question. Let me see. So, this was literally the first question. So, okay. So what inspired you, or like what got you into 3D modeling, all that stuff? You kind of already explained it, but if you want to go more.
Well, it's really cliche, I believe. It's just Scott Cawthon, I guess, with FNAF. I mean, I was like, in 2014, I was like pretty young. I'm 18 now. So yeah, I was pretty young back then. And I just remember seeing like when FNAF dropped, I was like, all the YouTubers were like, scariest game in years. I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
whatever. So I don't know, I watched a video of it. I don't remember, I think it was probably like PewDiePie who I watched play it for the first time. And I don't know, something about it, I guess it was charming. And I watched it, and then they're like, oh, this is an indie game. And I was like, okay, it's an indie game. What exactly does that mean? Is there like a small team working on it? Then I looked a little more into it, and I was like, oh wow, it's really just this one guy who did everything, He rendered everything, he modeled everything, he programmed it all himself, And when I saw that, I just thought it was kind of cool that one guy could make his own game. And I don't know, I guess I kind of got inspired by the whole indie dev kind of thing. And so I started with 3ds Max. So yeah, I guess Scott Cawthon would be my main influence, to be honest with you. That to keep the question shorter. But yeah, it's really cliche, but I mean, it's true. He was the guy that got me into it. I mean, I'd always known since I was like younger that I wanted to, get involved with some sort of like programming or like 3D art or something like that. And I suck at drawing like 2D art. I absolutely suck at it, and I'm still trying to improve. But at the moment, it's not great. So 3D art's kind of my thing at the moment.
So next question. What really motivates you? Who motivates you, and why do they motivate you to do what you want to do?
It's a good question. I think it's the sense of community mainly. So I've made a lot of good friends through this community. Lifelong friends, really. Like I've known some of these people for like nearly 8 years now, and I guess it's that. And we always try to do better. Like I think probably seeing some of the stuff, like you see like the pop goes evergreen, like the graphics, like Chompers especially looks really good. I'm excited for that one. Yeah, just a lot of those games. I just think it keeps me going. It makes me want to make something that I would be proud of, and something that I would want to, that I could hold in that regard, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
especially I would want someone to enjoy something I would make. So, I didn't have a very big part in Fnat Dehydrated. Obviously, I voice acted, I modeled a few things. That's it, really. But I still like community definitely keeps me going.
Mhm. All right. So where did Martin go? I just realized Martin disappeared again. Okay. Anyway. Um.
What?
Stokey, you want to ask the next question?
Sure. What
All
do
right.
you plan on doing in the future?
In the future. What kind of future are you talking about? Like short-term future or long-term future?
Depends. Maybe after your current projects.
Mm-hmm. I'll answer both. Short-term future, I want to get my project that's not Fnat. I want to get that to a state where I'm happy enough to. I just don't want to tease anything until I'm like, okay, people are gonna like this. So
Mhm.
that's my short-term goal right now. I'm kind of putting a lot of effort into that. I've got some really good people helping me out with writing it. Way more talented people than me writing it. And so yeah, they're helping me out with that. But like long-term future, I'm studying at university, and
Ooh.
I'm doing a double major. I'm doing computer science and cybersecurity. So I guess I always saw myself somewhere in the technological field, and I'm not really too sure what kind of career I want. I don't know if it's going to be game development. Probably not. That's
Mhm.
more so going to be a hobby, I would imagine. But I've always seen myself as an ideas person. I sometimes have ideas. I'm like, oh wow, if only I had the ability to make that. So who
Mhm.
knows? Maybe one day down the track, or when I have all of my programming experience from uni, that I'll be able to make something and I'll be rich and famous. But yeah, so my long term future, I see myself just hopefully graduating from uni. That would be good, and getting a job somewhere in the tech sector, really.
That's cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, since you've been in the community for a really long time, how
Hmm.
would you look back on your older creations?
Oh man, it's bad. Some of it is bad.
Uh-huh.
Uh, yeah, Jacob loves to torment me with it sometimes. Like there was this one model I did of Freddy when I was really new to 3ds Max, and nobody has an image of it. Luckily,
Oh
Jacob did
no,
for
I
a
want
while,
to
but he
see it.
lost it. I'm pretty sure. And oh man,
No.
he used to always bring it up, and it made me cringe. I'll tell you that. It was bad, and you know the thing about looking back on stuff is obviously you're gonna cringe at it. You're gonna be like, wow, I was really that bad, and I thought this was good. But I mean, it kind of shows you how much you've evolved and how much you've gone forward. So I guess it's kind of motivating, but it's also demotivating at the same time, if you know what I mean. So,
Yeah.
it can kind of like upset you, like, wow, that was bad. But, it's always a learning experience. And that's
Yep.
how I view everything I've done in the past. Treasure Island, it's like
Yeah.
6.0. I look back on the renders I did for that, and I'm like, wow, these are bad. Some of these things don't even have textures, it's just materials. But,
Yeah.
that definitely pushes me to keep going. And now I've learned how to
Yeah.
properly do lighting in environments. It took me a few years, but I've learned it. And
Yeah.
obviously, when I texture things now, I use Substance usually. So yeah, I mean, it's just always about learning, I guess. So maybe cringe, but you learn from it.
Yeah, true. So, um, what are the main difficulties you face during making your games, your renders, all that stuff?
Hmm. I I know this is a very common thing. as to where you'd you know, you sometimes get a burst of motivation, you'll work on something for a while, and then you're like burnt out completely. Yeah, I get that really bad. And it's sometimes it's like infuriating because it's like I really want to work on something, but I'm like, oh, you know, I'll watch this on Netflix or something. I'm like, it's just like laziness, I guess, almost. So
Mhm.
it's definitely just trying to overcome procrastination and stuff like that. But I mean, probably the main obstacle I face. Excuse me, just give me a sec.
Okay.
Sorry about that. So the main obstacle probably would be this is a tough question, man. Probably Purity Sin when she tried to expose me for being a leaker when I never even leaked anything. Probably that, to be honest, because I got a lot of hate, and some of it's still posted. You can still see it. Some I'm not gonna say where, but you can still find it. And yeah, when I was younger, especially, it was like, fuck. I mean, sorry for my language there. It was like, wow, like that was bad. You know, people really were like really angry at me, but I didn't even really do anything. So, but
Mhm.
yeah, that was kind of upsetting, but I got over it eventually. And
Mhm.
yeah, so I would just say it's probably just my procrastination is probably my main obstacle, to be honest with you.
All right. Well, uh, what are some of your favorite video games
Uh huh.
or
Just
like
like
board
not
games?
FNAF games.
You can include FNAF games if you want.
Give me a moment here. I'll just open my Steam library.
Good idea.
I think my main game, the main game I really enjoy playing, and it's funny because it's a really toxic game, is Dead by Daylight. I love Dead by
Oh, I
Daylight,
love
just
Dead by
absolutely
Daylight.
love it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was just
such a
playing
fun
it.
game. Great game.
Yeah.
You a Survivor main or Killer main?
I usually do Killer Main.
Killer main? Yeah, Killer is good fun, but I mean, Survivor's the real toxicity.
Yeah.
But no, I don't really play that many games these days, to be honest with you. I do
Yeah.
like Dead by Daylight. My favorite games of like all time, really like
Mhm.
Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
Black Mesa is a really good reimagining. In fact, I
Yeah.
find it difficult to even play the original Half-Life after playing
Yep.
Black Mesa, to be
Exactly.
honest with you. It's just like, wow. And
Still have to play
it's
that.
funny because it's like a game like, okay, when was the original Half-Life? Was it 1998 it was released?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And so then Half-Life 2 was released in 2003 or 4. And it's just kind of funny, like thinking Black Mesa is based off the Half-Life 2 code, obviously. So it's funny how like they could recreate a game from 1998 using an engine from 2004, and it can look that good. It's like pretty
Yeah.
impressive to me. But yeah, I used to be really into CS:GO as well. I was never really any good at it, but it was good fun.
Mhm.
And just give me a moment here. I like Grand
Okay.
Theft Auto games. I used to play them a lot.
Yeah.
They're good fun.
Yep.
And my favorite fan games. That's something I'd like to discuss, actually. Just give me a
Go
moment
ahead.
here.
Ooh.
I'm gonna look through hashtag FNAF right now. Tell you what I like.
All right.
Okay, so my favorite FNAF game. I was talking to Ultranite about this a while ago, and I said originally I liked the first FNAF game. I thought that was my favorite.
Yeah.
But the more he got me thinking about it, the more I realized in Click Team, you know? It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I just yeah, some of the stuff I don't even understand how he did it really. It's like Scott's an absolute genius with Click Team. And he
Mhm.
incorporates his animations and everything so well, and it's like super impressive. But yeah, so Sister Location would be my favorite FNAF game. I really like Taylor Land at the moment. Taylor Land's awesome.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's awesome. I was testing it. It's super cool. And let me have a look here. I know Chuck E. Cheese Rebooted was really good. It's a Radiance game. I know it's getting a lot of praise. I thought it was I admired its art style. You know, like it's obviously based in the 70s, the game, so like it looks
Yeah.
really cool when you like open up the cameras, and instead of having a camera layout, it's like channel 1, channel 2, channel 3. It's kind of refreshing from like the traditional medium.
Yeah.
But yeah, just having a look here. Trump Location, dude. I really wish Trump Location came out. I wonder what happened to that guy.
Oh yeah, I heard that he was still working on Trump Location. I'm not sure if it's actually gonna come
Dude,
out, but I
it's
heard
just
that he
like
was actually working on one.
seeing the Oval Office in like the Scott Cawthon style is just so hilarious to me.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just great. Yeah, Trump Location. I'm hyped for that. I'm really excited for Chompers. I've been
Mhm.
a little bit involved behind the scenes with that. I'm really excited for that. I think it's looking great. And
Mhm.
I know I don't have the best track record with Mr. Kane Carter, but
Oh.
Pop Goes Arcade, I'll give him credit. It's really good. It has really good music. It's cool. I really like it. How I would interpret him from the front or the side, like so, because obviously it's a 2D thing, the Walton Files.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to try and I think with that model, his head is the main focus. His head's what I did well. I couldn't
Mhm.
really be bothered with the other parts. It was kind of lazy and rushed, but with his head, I found it fun to sketch out the front part and the side. So it's I'm not the best 2D artist, but I gotta say I really enjoy it. I really do enjoy doing 2D art.
Yeah. All right. So is that it? Is that all you have to say? Those
I'm
questions?
trying to think here. I like this is funny. When I'm modeling a room, I like to I don't know. I just feel like the process of like boxing everything out, before you add all the details, I find it enjoyable. I know it's kind of stupid, but yeah, I guess I just find it. I like the conceptualizing stage of game development. I just think it's awesome, and like just like
Mhm.
boxes, and I don't know, just like that whole like conceptualizing phase. Just it looks really cool to me, and I enjoy
Yeah.
it.
Awesome. So that was probably all the questions we have today. So if
Mhm.
anyone in the chat has any questions, you can ask them. So yeah.
I saw someone posted the FNAF VHS and the Walton Files.
Yeah, I
I
saw a
saw
bunch of
that.
those.
Yeah, which do I prefer? I like the Walton Files. I think it's really good, and
Mm.
yeah, I think the Walton. I have literally nothing negative to say about the Walton Files. It was terrifying, honestly. Like when I watched it, I was like struggling to sleep because, like,
Mm.
honestly, it's just unnerving. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, no, the Walton Files is awesome. I really like it, and I definitely prefer it to FNAF VHS. FNAF VHS, it's more grounded to me because I obviously like played the FNAF games when I like years ago. So seeing that, it doesn't have the same effect. Where the Walton Files is kind of like a story of its own.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think the Walton Files is really cool.
Yeah. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Fanboy asks, "What are your thoughts on very funny fan game Blue Eyes?" Which is
Blue
his game.
Eyes.
Just say
Let
something
me
really
have a
bad
look.
about it.
I will have a look at his game Jolt page.
Mhm.
I will get to you, Foxy Fox. Give me a moment. Let me see here.
Now
The
it's just gonna
blue
be game
eyes.
page review.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the blue eyes. Okay.
Let's go
Blurry.
to the Blue Eyes page.
It's a lot of blurriness here.
Interesting.
I'm watching the. I'm
Yeah.
like skimming through the trailer right now. Hmm.
Mhm.
This looks pretty cool to me. I'm excited to see more from it.
Very nice.
But yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Very, very nice. Okay.
And
So any
what's
other
what's Mr. Foxy Fox? What's Post Divvy? What's that?
post of you? Oh, it's one of his games. It's really
It's a
cool,
dream
actually.
on Dream Jolt.
Yeah, I actually really like the game. I think the art style's interesting, but the gameplay's really cool. I like
Is
the
it a
gameplay
FNAF
a lot.
game or?
No, it's actually an original game.
It's an original game.
Yeah. We might do. Maybe
Ooh.
we can do a Foky Fox interview. That'd be cool. Is it get? Okay,
So
I
that's
can't hear anything for
at
some
the start
reason.
of the direct. That's like our little jingle.
Oh. All right. Do you guys hear
If
this?
you like, I haven't muted, but I can imagine
I
it's
don't
going through.
hear it.
Okay, I think it's just my
Uh-huh.
computer. Oh no, that's because I have
If you go to like
Jolt muted.
the office render, the office render, the office
Oh
render,
no,
what it
no.
shows.
It started echoing. Okay, so I think I have to keep it muted or else it's gonna start echoing. But
That's
but
fine.
if you
That's
want
fine.
to check out the page, then you can listen to it here because if I do it, then I'm gonna hear a lot of echoing. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So if you
very
check out
nice.
that office render, I will try my
Mhm.
best to describe what you see here.
Mhm.
Okay. So you see how it says the office CA at the bottom?
Oh yeah.
That's a reference to I know it's stupid. You know, like The Office, the show, how there's the US and the
Oh
UK.
yeah. Yeah
So
yeah.
this game takes place in Canada. So
Mhm.
the CA is obviously a
Oh,
reference to it being in Canada.
Yeah, just get it. Oh wow, that's funny. Very
Jacob
funny.
modeled this office. Here's the direct.
Beautiful. I love this part. It's really funny. Okay. Well, that's
Okay,
pretty
someone
much it
said, "Did you voice Sir
here.
Topham Hat?" I did not voice Sir Topham Hat. Sir Topham Hat is voiced by an old friend of ours called DJ Rocket Poodle,
God
and
dang, you're really mean.
unfortunately, he's not reprising his role in Fnat 2.
No.
He's too busy. But we have the next best thing. We have our own Ryan, who will be stepping up as Sir Topham Hat, and I'm sure he'll do fine.
Okay, that's screenshot's a joke, by the way. Uh,
I said that like
okay.
before the game page was up by a long shot. It was like 3 months ago.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, very awesome. Any other questions? Anyone have any other questions?
Anything at all, guys. I don't mind.
I have a question. Do
Hmm.
you plan on making like, or well, not really you, but like, does your team plan on making like remaking every Thomas game, like even Thomas or Five Nights at Thomas's 4?
Just hold up for a second.
Die again? Oh no, he's back.
controller keeps dying.
Yeah, I don't know why. It hasn't happened to
Um,
me. I'm not sure why that happened.
okay, sorry, what was the question? Do we want to make all the
Or
other FNAF games?
yeah. Hmm.
Um, I know this is gonna upset a lot of people, but the FNAF series, this is gonna be the final one. Um,
Damn.
we tried to make FNAF 4. We've tried to bring it back several times, but it just yeah, we can't do it. It's we have really high ambitions for FNAF 4, and it's just
Hmm.
not possible. We can't do it. The
Yeah.
last build of the game we were making, obviously it was in Unreal, and it was open world. Believe it or not, it was a small open world, but it
Oh
was open
wow.
world, and
That's
it was
cool.
really cool. And it had level streaming and everything. Like it was like legit.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's a shame because we had so many cool ideas for it, but unfortunately, it did have to be scrapped. And the
Wow.
thing is, the story of FNAF 2, 3, and 4 is going to be wrapped up in this game. So
Awesome.
everything, every little trinket of lore, we will answer. Um,
Hmm.
trying to think if I can say this or not. I think I can. There's going to be
Hmm.
certain segments in the game that are separate from the actual nights that will explain lore things.
Hmm.
I'm sure you can probably imagine what I'm inferring. Uh,
Hmm.
it will stem from mini games most likely.
Makes
Um,
sense.
but yeah, it's we're gonna have some cool stuff, and if all goes to plan, we should have some animation, like some animated segments as well that will explain lore,
Hmm.
which would be cool. But
Very cool. Yeah.
yeah, otherwise yeah. Any other FNAF questions? Let me see here. Where's my FNAF 4 at? Yep, unfortunately that is cancelled as I was saying. Sorry about that.
Martin and Stokes, do you have any questions? I'm not sure if Martin's mic is working.
No, not really.
Mhm.
All right. Well, anyone on the cat? And if not, then I think that would probably be it for today.
Mhm.
So yeah, if anyone has any questions, just put them in the chat.
Um Duo Fortnite. I do not play Fortnite. I'm sorry. Yeah, the demo did. But in
Hmm.
fact, I'll find the FNAF 4 cancelled thread in a moment.
Ooh.
Interesting.
If you want to bring this up for the stream, give me a moment here. This is a whole thread of FNAF 4 stuff.
All right, I can show this on stream.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All
Go
right.
ahead.
Well, I guess it makes sense because it's on Twitter. So, here we have some really cool gameplay. It looks like Unreal Engine 4, right? Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
Mister, what color is my heart?
It's actually pretty surprisingly good. I actually like this.
Yeah, so go back to that like
Oh.
facial animation part.
Where was that? Here.
Just like the yeah. So that is actually
Mister,
that like
what
model
color
is
is my
modeled by
heart?
Jacob, and all the facial animation is done by hand. Completely modeled the face
Wow.
topology.
Whoa.
Um, he has like a full rig set. It's literally like a Pixar rig. It's insane. Like he has
That's
like a
awesome.
proper facial rig done, which is for like a FNAF fan game. It's like kind of insane. But
Yeah.
It is.
yeah. If you go back to the start of the video, you see it says Doug and Rachel's Pizza.
Yeah,
Heart.
I saw
Uh,
that.
Yeah,
Where is
so
it?
we were
Here.
parodying Nixon with this build of the game. He maybe wouldn't have liked it so much. I'll try to find if I have some, behind the scenes stuff I can show you regarding FNAF. Give me a moment.
Hmm.
FNAF 4. Give me a moment here. I know I sent it to a bunch of guys not too long ago. I'll try to find it.
Hmm. for now, I can show you this.
Yeah, feel free
Thomas
to show
looking
all
through
of
the
that.
window. Very
Hmm.
disturbing. And then there's a TV floating in the air.
It's actually not floating. There's a cabinet, but you can't. Oh wait, no. Yep, you're right. It's floating. Yep, that's interesting.
Oh, okay. We got what's his name? I
Yeah,
forgot the
that
guy's
so
name.
that car is Homer's car from Hit and Run.
Oh. Yeah. I think yeah. I see it.
We had car physics as well. Like the cars are destructible, which is kind of cool. That was the
Wow,
prototype inventory. So he has
that's pretty cool.
you can't really see it, it's cut off. It says Mr. Simpson's key, obviously referring to
Oh yeah, I
Nixon.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give me a
Um,
moment.
and then the beautiful main menu.
Yeah, it was being redone. Jacob's pretty good at
Wow.
UI and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's pretty. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, he's good with
Very
UE4.
sad.
He's really good at it.
Very clean.
Yeah. Sad that it had to get canceled, but
It is a
you
shame.
know.
I have some stuff to show you from it though. So here is Doug and Rachel themselves that I modeled.
All right, let me show. Ooh, okay. Let me put it here. Boom. Very epic.
There they are,
Very
Doug and
nice.
Rachel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the funny thing is I modeled those in like an hour while I was watching Seinfeld. I was like, oh, we need to have Doug and Rachel in this. So
Awesome.
let me find this other thing I wanted to show you. I have footage of the cars actually driving, which is kind of funny.
Ooh, I'd love to see some of that. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
There you go. Sent.
Let's see. Ooh, okay. It's loading. Give it a second.
Hmm.
Here it is. It's new Forza Horizon 99.
The cars actually had destruction physics, which is kind of
No,
funny,
that guy
but
looking.
Oh,
fortunately we didn't
Mhm.
record it.
That's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Dang.
But yeah, FNAF 4 was going to be awesome.
Hmm. Really awesome. Give us the prototype. Oh no.
The only problem with giving you the prototype is that I don't even know if we have it. I'll be honest with you. I know that you might be heartbroken to hear that, some of you in the crowd, but I honestly don't think we have it, and I don't know if we'd be comfortable with releasing it, to be honest with you, because it just doesn't have any gameplay at all, really. It's just like
Hmm.
walk around, pick something up, that's it. There's no jump scares. In fact, there's literally like only one scene where Thomas is actually in it, and that's the one where you're in the room and you can see him like through the window. But
Yeah,
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 it's a shame. Unfortunately, we didn't get much done with that one.
yeah. Damn.
You can
All right.
see
Well,
on the thing it says to do, get Dr. Pepper, evade the law, get potty trained. So obviously we are
get
very
potty
mature.
trained. Still waiting to learn how to do that, but yeah. So, any other questions? Because if anyone has any questions, I guess Pink could answer them.
Hmm.
But if not, I think it would be over unless you have some more stuff to show.
I'll just try to think if I have anything to show for you.
Mhm. Wings was asking who this is.
Who is that? That is Chuck from. I don't know if you played FNAF 2, Mr. Lynx, but Chuck was Wait, is it FNAF 2? No, FNAF 3. Chuck is actually I don't know if I can say exactly who he is because I don't know if he's revealed, but he's a character in FNAF 3, and
Mhm.
he has a speech impediment. So when he speaks, he's like, and you can't really understand him. And that was kind of the joke of FNAF 3. So in the main menu, it said like, "Listen to Chuck," but you literally couldn't understand Chuck at all. He couldn't make sense of anything he said. So that was like written tutorial pretty much. But yeah, that was like the FNAF 3 joke that you just couldn't understand the phone guy. So you know, you probably realize that we have a gimmick with all these games, something stupid. Like Fnatic Dehydrated, the gimmick was the British mode. That was pretty much the gimmick for that game.
Okay, I remember. I was like, wait,
The
what's the point of that?
Everyone loved British mode, which I was super happy about. I had such a good time recording those phone calls. It was just hilarious. And it's just like because obviously I didn't record the original phone calls like the American ones because obviously I live in Australia and Jacob lives in America obviously. So it was kind of cool. I got to reenact some of the original magic of recording the phone calls, which was kind of cool. But yeah, Dorko loved the British mode, which is kind of funny. And I don't know if you knew this, but in the end of the game, it says "in loving memory of Lewis Dawkins." He's not dead or anything. We're just thinking of him. And like Dorko like got up to that part, and he just like had like this deadpan face, like not amused at all. It's just hilarious. So yeah, yeah, the reception to Fnatic Dehydrated was awesome. It honestly made me so happy, and it was because I was telling Jacob, I was like, I've been telling him that we should remake this game for like years, man, and he was like, nobody would even care, nobody would even want the game to come back, and Peyton, who's Radiance's like programmer, like really talented guy, was pretty much like, I will make the game for you, essentially. I will do pretty much all of the hard work, which he did, and you guys just obviously do the lore and stuff. And so, I mean, in the end, Jacob modeled the desk, what was on the desk. I modeled the furnace. I modeled Thomas. Decimate painted Thomas. And yeah, so like we didn't. Peyton did a lot of the hard work, and we have to give credit where credit is due. Peyton did very well with Fnatic Dehydrated. You know, it's a very basic premise. You just look around the office, put coal in it, flash the light on Thomas. You know, it's really basic, but he made it feel very refreshing. There's one mini game in the game, and it's on night 5. A newspaper appears on the right of the screen, and if you click it, it explains like a bunch of the lore, and then, like you could probably pull some gameplay up of it.
I'm watching Doko's video right now to see if I can.
I don't think Dorko got to it. I don't think he
wow.
even got to. Yeah, he like go to night 5. He just like goes past, like he doesn't even click the newspaper at all.
Night 5.
See on the right side of the screen, it says blah blah, and it doesn't look like a newspaper, but that's how it was in the original game. It just says blah blah blah.
Spawning way too quickly. I can't keep this call up.
Dorko's video is hilarious of this game. Honestly, it's so funny.
Let's see. You win.
Thank. Oh. In loving memory of Lewis Dawkins, he's not dead or anything.
He had that joke planned for so long. I was so I was over the bloody moon when he played it and he saw that. Made me so happy.
If you want to have a look, then
that's really funny. Okay.
But yeah, so if you just search up Fnatic like mini game, it'll come up. I'm pretty sure.
Let's see. So is this the one?
Yep, that's the one.
Plus mini game. Okay, yeah. So that means the mini game should be here.
I wonder if this guy beat it.
One.
Yep, this is that's my I made that newspaper, by the way. I'm really proud of that. I think it turned out really good.
Yeah, I like the cup stain.
The render, yeah. No, because like all of these fan games, man, they get the copy stain so wrong. They always make it like a terrible like 240p image, and then it's like never like on like it just always looks terrible. And I was like, I'm gonna get it right, okay. So I drew all the sprites in this, apart from the I drew all the character sprites and animated them. So this is you're playing as Walter in this mini game, who is like Sir Thomas
Walter White. Yeah.
His name is actually Walter Black, believe it or not. That is canon. I know, it's funny. Because we needed to come up with a name for him, and I was just like, how about Walter Black? And like everyone just like pissed themselves. They like thought it was hilarious, so like we kept it. But yeah, so he I wonder if this guy beats the minigame. Let's see.
We'll see.
He's just walking through there. He hasn't
gone
gone the right way so far.
No, he's too
I think
tall.
I think he's already screwed it up. I don't think he can beat the minigame, so I think he's gonna have to get the bad ending. There's a bad ending and there's a good ending. Yeah, so he gets the bad ending here. So he'll walk through here.
Oh no. He died.
Well, did he die?
I'm not
Or
sure.
is he just like injured? It's up to your own interpretation.
He overdosed.
He did.
Oh no.
But yeah, I'm terrible at drawing
Oh.
sprites, so I'm
Okay.
cringing looking back on this, but it's funny.
Oh,
But
the sprites are nice.
thank
Very
you,
nice.
thank
Alright.
you. That's Fnatic Dehydrated. I had a ton of fun working on that game. Peyton was honestly like awesome to work with.
What is
We
this?
couldn't have been happier. I have no clue what this is.
Okay. So
This
I'm
is
not
like some
sure.
Walton file shit. Anyway.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if I can find the mini game, but if you guys know what he means, then yeah, whatever he's saying would make sense to you, but not for
Mhm.
me because I have no idea what's going. What mini
Yeah,
game?
so pretty much the original Final Thomas, it didn't actually hold any lore. We inserted lore into this game kind of as a way to segue into the next game that we were going to make. So that whole mini game was solely added just so we could make it so FNAT 2 had to come out, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
because it leaves a lot of things unexplained. It's like why was Walter taking, drugs? Why did he overdose?
Mhm.
Why did he get dragged out? Why did he well, I
Breaking
mean,
Bad.
it's implied that he's inside of Golden Thomas, but it's never really shown, kind of, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
and I don't know if you've seen the Golden Knight. Search up Finance Thomas Golden Knight. It's I'll be honest with you, I don't even think I've beaten it. It's insanely difficult. And I
This one?
programmed yeah, when we released the game, we didn't think anybody would find this, but they did. And the mask mechanic was completely broke. So it's kind of funny to me that people found it. Let's see if it's here.
Mhm. Okay, some fire music. I don't know if you can hear it, but
I haven't muted, but I already know it's the
Yeah.
dun 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 dun. It's the piano.
yeah, the classic music.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
Oh, we have Ultranite in the chat. How are you going,
Hey,
Ultranite?
Ultranite.
Hello there, Ultra Knight. This is the mini game.
This is it.
Is it the same one?
Yep. So this guy's gonna get the good ending.
Awesome.
Gotta support one of my best friends, Ping. Oh, come on, Ultranite. You're a good man. You're a good man.
Ultranite really is.
So the good ending of this minigame is essentially you put the Thomas mask on Thomas.
Oh my god, Golden Thomas.
Yeah, it glitches out. Peyton did a good job with it. So that mask, yeah, I had to program it in myself because Peyton he was unable to. So he was like telling me the lines of code I needed to edit, and so he and I collaborated on that part, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I don't even think I've beaten this myself. It's really difficult this night. It's like insanely difficult, and I was impressed that people did end up beating it. To be honest with you, but yeah.
I like the animation for the troll.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
the call animation's awesome, man. We
Yeah.
told Peyton pretty much what we wanted. We were like, yeah, we want someone to throw the coal into the furnace, you know.
That's so cool.
And he just got it the graphics. I've heard a lot of people talk shit about the graphics in this game, but I honestly think it's perfect for what it is. It's not too realistic. It's kind of stylized.
Yeah.
It's like these old fan games.
Yeah, it's like a
Yep.
it's classic. That's what it is.
Yeah, classic.
That furnace model, it's nothing special, but Peyton, scrubbed it up. He made it look good in the render. I remember when I made that furnace model, I didn't really want to make it. I was kind of just like, I'll just do it, get it out of the way. And the texture was terrible, but luckily in the low light you can't really tell, and it looks fine.
Interesting. Is there anything secret at the end?
In the Golden Knight, yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There's a secret ending. Yep.
Let's
You can
see
skip
what
ahead
this
if you
is.
want.
6 a.m. Interesting. Yeah, why is it the FNAF 2 screen?
You'll see.
Oh wow. Just keeps on going.
Someone said, "Is Ping the creator of the Thomas game. I am one of the creators of the new games like
Wait, what?
Dehydrate.
It just becomes Five Nights at Freddy's. So it's like, bro, why you tripping? Five Nights at Freddy's true. Dude. Oh my god, yes. Oh, and then there's a jump scare.
Credit where
That's
credit's
cool.
due. That was
Gamer.
Peyton's idea. That segment.
That was good. That was
That's
amazing.
really
Yeah, it's
fun.
great. He did a good job with it. He did a very good
Oh,
job with it.
no, I don't want to see Fusion's video.
Ah,
Okay.
Black Ops 3. Oh, is that like the FNAF map? I think I was watching Doc up by that
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah. Yeah, I was watching it yesterday.
Yeah, that Rexter guy, I'd never heard of him, but he was kind of chill. So yeah, it was a cool
Yeah,
video.
Yeah. Rexter's, I think, Fusion T Gamer's brother.
Oh, his brother. That's cool.
Yeah. So, is that it for today? Is there anything
Unless
else?
anyone in the chat has any burning questions, get them out, and I'll say them quickly.
Come on. Any
Thought it was
questions,
made
any
by one
questions?
guy. FNAF 1, 2, and 3 was made by one guy and his friend. Yep.
The original, but like not dehydrated.
Yeah, Dehydrated was me, Peyton, and Jacob pretty much.
Yep.
Will there be a FNAF 3D? No, there will not be a FNAF 3D. FNAF 2D is the final game in the series. It will wrap everything up. J for Jack says, hello, hello.
Hello
What the
there.
dog doing? Important question. The dog is doing something rather mundane. FNAF 3, FNAF 40. Nope, FNAF 4 is cancelled, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but it is. We can't make it.
What about FNAF 10D?
Yep, that one is in fact planned and it's coming.
Awesome, awesome. I can't wait.
I mean, look, it's possible that in the future FNAF 4 would come out, but it's really, really unlikely because by the time we would have the skills necessary to make what we want to make, I think we would be like fully grown men, and I doubt we would be interested in making it, to be honest with you.
Makes
Because like
sense.
obviously I'm learning the program at school, so is Jacob, and by school I mean like college, obviously, and so like yeah, by the time we're like fully qualified and we'd be able to make the game we want to make, I don't think we would want to be able to do it. Or I don't think we'd want to do it, is what I mean, really, because
Yeah.
it's gonna take a few years. We use Unreal, that version of FNAF 4 is in Unreal, and C++ is really difficult. You know, Nixon makes
Yeah.
Dark Deception, the game. He doesn't even know
Yeah,
C++,
yeah.
and he's like a genius. He uses blueprints, so that
Yeah.
Yeah,
shows
I
you how
heard.
fucking difficult it is, man. It's sorry for my language, but it's
No, it's
difficult.
fine.
And Ultranet says FNAF 2 is going to kill it regardless. I hope so, dude. And Chompers is going to kill it
Yeah.
as well. Chompers is epic.
Very epic.
But Jumpers has a really nice style.
Yeah,
Chompers
Chompers is
a rip
great.
off of a Hardee's. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's awesome, honestly. Like from all the behind the scenes stuff I've seen, it's so cool. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Like it's honestly awesome. It's hard keeping my lips shut about it.
Chompers looks really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So is that it for today? Is that it? I think it is.
Yeah, I mean that's I've probably said all I have to say. Well, I have one last
Yeah.
question. If anyone who wants to have the final question,
One.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
the final question.
The final
It's down
question
to the
for
final
Ping.
one. Oh my god, several people are typing.
Ooh.
Ninja. That's a good question. Game or not? What does that mean? Is that a type?
I don't know what that means. He said I don't know.
Interesting. Very interesting.
This guy
Positive.
keeps saying positivity, please, please.
I am positive. Okay, Alternate has an actual genuine question.
Ooh, that's
me
a
see.
nice one. Like,
What is the most important thing you could tell up and coming fan game developers since you've been involved in the community from the very beginning? Okay. This is a trending thing at the moment. And I'm not going to name specifics, but there was a case recently where someone was a little disappointed with how something they made was received. And
Yep.
it really upset me, I'll be honest. It's
Yeah.
you know, I've been here since the beginning, and it it just breaks my heart to see someone be unhappy about this guy put his like heart and soul into it, and it was just really disheartening to see that it didn't get the reception he wanted. But I mean,
yeah.
you know, when you make something, especially if you make it by your own, it may not be perfect, but the most important thing is that you make something you want to make, and you make something you think people are going to enjoy, you know? And
Uh-huh.
you know, if you make something you're happy with, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It's simple as that.
Yeah.
If you can look at
Yeah.
something and you go, "I'm proud of that," then honestly, you've done your job, and you have no obligation. This is all we all do this out of passion. It's not like
Mhm.
we don't make fan games because we have to. We do it because we want to. And
Mhm. Exactly.
yeah, so I would just say stick in it, and and if anything, if anyone's like disheartened, they're like, oh, I can't do this, I suck at this, I suck at that, you'll get there eventually. You really do just have to stick in it. It took me
Mhm.
years before, like literally like 7 years for my renders to get at a point where I'm happy with like my some stuff you haven't even seen, like people haven't seen publicly. But
Mhm.
for my modeling skills and my rendering skills to get to the point where I am now, it literally took me 7 years. And I will be dead honest with you. There was times where I wanted to like just completely cut myself out of the community. I was like, "Ugh, I I can't I can't make anything as good as these people are making. I can't
Mhm.
I can't make
Hmm.
something as good that looks as good as Pop Goes Evergreen. I can't make something that's as good as the joy of creation. But I mean, if you want to make something, you make it. Don't let anyone tell you. If you have the determination, and if you think you can do it, then you do it. And if you need someone to help you, then you ask for help. It's simple as that. You should never be embarrassed to ask for
Mhm.
help about anything. We can't do everything ourselves as much as we think we can. We're not all
Yeah.
Scott Cawthon, unfortunately, as cool as it would be.
Yeah.
But honestly, yeah, and someone in the chat just said mistakes are the next steps to improvement, and I agree, honestly. you
Mhm.
know every time you slip up, it's a learning experience. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see, what is the most fun thing you have done so far? Probably, I think recording British mode phone calls for Dehydrated was honestly, it was so fun. I love doing it. And I'd say that was probably the most fun thing. How long have you been making this though? Um, I've been in the community for like since the beginning, but like making what I'm currently making, not not too long. I did have a little bit of a hiatus where I think I left the community for like a year or something like that, and that was in the midst of when Treasure Island was being made, and I was really stressed out because I had taken on
Mhm.
quite a bit of responsibility with making I was supposed to redo all of the rooms. And I don't blame anyone for this. This was my own fault. I said to Andrew, I was like, "Listen, dude, I think the game would be better if we change a lot of things in the rooms." And he was like, "All right, dude, I trust you." He took a huge risk with that, and he said to me like, "Okay, if you think you can do it, I'll let you do it." And to be honest with you, I let him down. I got really overwhelmed because I was looking at like the hashtag FNAF. I was looking at all the games, and I was like, if I'm going to be the art director for this game, I'm going to be embarrassed because I don't think I'm good enough. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
it's embarrassing to think about this. This is like 2 or 3 years ago now, I think. But I pretty much just ghosted Andrew. I was just like, I can't do this anymore, right? And it was embarrassing to me. And it
Mhm.
was super, super embarrassing. And I came back to Andrew when they managed to get the game released, and I was like, dude, I'm so proud of you guys as a team. You've done excellently. You lost one of your modelers just out of the blue, and you recovered from it, and you made the best game you could make. And I was just super, super proud of them for getting Treasure Island out the door. And
Mhm.
but yeah, I just gotta say, man, stick into it. And as I said, I'm guilty of not sticking in it sometimes. Sometimes I get lazy, but if you really believe in something, you have the ability. Not if you have the ability, if you have the desire is what I should say.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
But really,
important
and
to.
yeah, and Ultranite said even then Scott needed help, so don't be afraid to ask. Yeah, it's true.
Yep.
Scott needed help to make Help Wanted. He couldn't make it himself. He got Steel Wall.
Mhm.
He
Yeah.
couldn't make Security Breach. He got Steel Wall. Never be afraid
At
to ask for
Mhm.
help.
6 start.
Yeah,
What's
Security
so
Breach
good?
still coming out.
Oh yeah. Still
And
waiting for
Hypixie just said everyone is good at something, so don't put that specific thing to waste. And
Yeah.
to a degree, I agree with that. Everyone is good at something, but if you're good at something, but you're not good at something that you want to be good at, then you can always improve. It just takes
Yep.
determination, you know. And yeah, you just got to stick in it, man. Simple as that.
True.
Golden Freddy Cinema said, I'm wondering if the FNAF movie's still in production. Yeah, same. I'm kind of confused about that, but
It's important
see.
FNAF
to
movie.
always
Yeah,
keep
I mean,
growing.
with Scott stepping down, that's kind of confusing, to be honest with you. I have no clue what's gonna
Yeah.
happen for the FNAF movie. Bro, Dominic Calabro, he's been hating on me this whole stream. What is that noise? That was the sound of my keyboard. Unfortunately, it is very loud. Sorry about that.
Interesting. Do you remember Five Nights at Wario's? Yes, I think everyone remembers Five Nights at Wario's.
Oh, I have a funny story with WWW Warrior. I did have contact with him at one point, and he's a really nice guy. I think his name's Andy, if I remember correctly. He's a really nice guy, and I can't remember where he's from. He's from like Sweden, I think, or like I don't know. Anyway, I still feel bad about this to this day. This is when I was under 18. Obviously, this is numerous years ago, and he was like, "Oh, Donkey Kong Country Virtual Console just dropped, but I can't get it on my eShop because it's something to do with the region anyway, right? So his currency and his credit card." So he was like, "Okay, I just switched to an American or something like that eShop. Can you get me an eShop card?" And he PayPal'd me like $20, and I went to buy it. But when he transferred me that money, because I didn't have a card linked to my PayPal, my PayPal got limited. So to this day, I am indebted to WWW Wario like $20. And I want to pay him
Damn.
back, but I don't know how because I don't have contact with him anymore.
Oh
And
no.
he was the nicest guy about it. He was like, "Oh, don't worry about it, man. It's fine. When you get the account unlimited, just keep the money." And I was like, "No, dude, I don't want to keep the money. I really don't." And it was just like, I always did want to apologize to him, but nah, he's a lovely guy, and his games were like oh man, this brings me back. Do you remember when Smosh Games played Five Nights at Warriors?
Smosh games. I don't
So
remember.
you know
Maybe like.
Smosh, right? Like Ian and
Yeah,
Anthony.
yeah. Of
So
course,
like,
yeah.
dude, this was honestly this pissed me off, if I'm honest with you. This was years ago when they played Five Nights at Warriors, and they just trashed on the game the whole time. They were just calling it shit. They were saying like, "Oh, it's just Google Images," and they really couldn't tell that WW Warrior had put a lot of hard work into programming the game and making the game. And
Mhm.
they the FNAF community, they fucking roasted them. Like they Smosh Games had to like disable the comments because it was that bad. People were saying like, don't bully this
Oh my
guy. He's
god.
made, he made a game. You could make a game if you tried. And it just showed me like at that point I realized how strong the FNAF community really could be. They were taking on like some of the biggest YouTubers, which is kind of like amazing to me. But yeah, that's like another thing. Like WWW Warrior, he's had a lot of hate over the years, but he's stuck in it, and his games are huge, and people love them. So if you want to make something, you just make it. He's evidence of it. Someone said, "Did you ever had a hater that put you down a lot? If so, did you overcome that feeling and how?" To be honest with you, I've never really had a hater per se. I mean, if I have someone that says something like that pisses me off, I just block them. Really, I don't. Well, I might not even just block them. I might just troll them. I've done that before, but I mean, I have kind of thick skin. Really, I'm used to it by this point, so I don't really get too upset if someone tries to troll me, or if someone like tries to troll me, then I just deal with it. I'll just tough it out. I don't really care, to be honest. But yeah, if you have a hater yourself and you're trying to overcome it, just block them, dude. They're not worth your time. Simple as that. And then someone says, "Back then when I started my project, thought I was going to go nowhere, but then one day I actually decided to make my game public, and I know, but it legit got somewhere. During that time, I was scared that it was still going to look bad for people, but surprisingly, people actually liked it a lot, which gave me more and more hope over time." That's exactly it.
Wow.
If you like your game, there's a good chance that other people will like it as well. You know, you just got to get it out there,
Yeah,
really.
exactly.
Someone says, This will be my last question for today. Sorry, guys. We're running a little overtime
Yeah,
here.
that's fair.
Someone says, "Why are you called Ping69413?" The true reason to this is hilarious.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh boy,
My
I have not said
long-awaited
this
question.
publicly. So I was a child playing Club Penguin. I was like a little boy, like very young, playing Club Penguin, and I was making an account. And I
Mhm.
wanted a username, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go with Pingu because I liked Pingu. So I put Pingu in, and it was taken, unsurprisingly. And I was like, oh well, this sucks. So I got rid of the U, and I was like, Ping. Ping's not a very desirable name. Surely nobody wants that, right? Of course, Ping was taken, right? It's 4 letters.
Uh-huh.
So then I just absolutely I just literally put random numbers. So I don't know. When I put my fingers on the keyboard, what just felt natural to me was just 69413, and then those were just the numbers
Mhm.
that came out.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just stuck with it ever since. I think the numbers are kind of cool, to be honest with you. I usually am
Mhm.
against people having like numbers in the names. I think it looks kind of dumb, but I honestly think without the numbers, I think my name looks significantly worse. I think it honestly suits it for some reason. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my picture, but the numbers are here to stay for now. Simple as that.
Mhm. Amazing.
Mhm.
So I think that is it.
Mhm.
Hopefully everyone enjoyed. I'll keep the fireside up, but I'm gonna stop streaming. So yeah. See you guys later. Goodbye. Next episode I think is coming soon. So yeah.
Mhm. Thank you everyone for tuning in.
Wow, that was pretty epic.
Yeah, that was based. That was based.
That was very big.